Yeah, so we start the investigation today to figure out who killed Ryoma Hoshi. I didn't expect him to die. I expected Kaito to die. So we start off with Kaito. Just, hey, Shuichi, you got a sec? What's wrong? Why is my desktop not picking up anything? Hold on. My sound is being a little wonky. So let's figure out just what's going on. There's that. If we open the volume. And it should be picking up, but it's not. I am thoroughly confused. I don't know if you can tell, but I am not used to any of this going wrong. Okay. Ah, that's because I had the wrong thing set as my desktop audio. Possibly? Let's not do default. Let's try that. Is that working? No. Why would that work? That would be too easy. That one? No. Ooh. No. Fuck. Gosh, technical stuff is not working with me today. Well, we're just gonna go with not having any desktop audio for this one. Until I can figure out what the fuck's wrong. You're my sidekick from now on. Your sidekick? I'm more of a scientist kind of guy, so I'm not really cut out for investigations. That's a good quality to have for an investigation. Plus, the only stage fit for Kaido Momota, luminary of the stars, is the universe itself. So I'll leave the details to you. Pave the path for my success. But I don't know what to do as a sidekick. Don't worry about it. I'll make all the tough calls. You just gotta do what I say. Don't think that's how it works. He loves to make decisions on his own, doesn't he? So, maybe if I unmute this. There we go. I'm just a dick. That's what it is. So,
leave it to me.
I'll take full responsibility. Since you're my sidekick, there's nothing to worry about. Why would there ever be anything to worry about?
Huh? Got it.
All right, let's get started. First, we gotta check the Monokuma file.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Kaido making me his sidekick like this. Could it be? I'm scared. I try hard not to be, but I'm scared. I can't stop thinking about the pain and sadness that comes if I reveal the truth. That's what I'm afraid of. Is he trying to help me?
Hey!
Hey, what's the matter? Let's check the Monokuma file already.
Okay.
Great. Ooh, and I need a note card so we can take notes on what the fuck's happening so we can figure it out. Oh, I did not mean to press that button. My bad. At Kaido's behest, I looked over the Monokuma file. So the victim is Ryoma Hoshi, the ultimate tennis pro. He's 3'5". Wow. The body was discovered in the gym. He is short. So he's in the gym, which we knew. The cause of death was drowning. His body was consumed by piranhas. The fact that he was killed by drowning and not by the piranhas insinuates that he was in the water overnight. But I thought he was dropped down into the tank with the piranhas from above, but they would have ate him by then, so he must have been in the tank already, and then the piranhas were dropped on him. No other injuries can be confirmed at this time. Okay. That's not bad.
Come on, man.
There's less written here than before. I've got a bad feeling about this. The time of death isn't written here. So we have no time of death. Estimating a time of death is hard with drowning, so that makes sense.
Remember.
The previous Monokuma file indicated Rantaro's time of death, correct? Yeah. It did. The victim's body was discovered in the library. The estimated time of death is 9:10 p.m. The victim was subjected to blunt force trauma to the back of the skull, resulting in cranial fractures and immediate death. No other injuries were detected.
But
the Monokuma file this time doesn't indicate a time of death.
what?
Did Monokuma mess up?
No.
No, it was intentional. Because we need to figure out what time he died to figure out who was with him. Monokuma told us he wouldn't give us any information that would reveal the culprit. Think about it that way, it implies the information would be damning evidence for the culprit. So that means the key to this case is the time of death, yeah.
Well done.
There you go. I knew I picked a good sidekick. There's one more thing in the Monokuma file that catches my eye. Ryoma's cause of death. It says drowning, but if that's the case, we might be able to unravel the case from there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's already been kind of picked up on what I was talking about, that it says drowning and not be eaten to death by piranhas. Because that implies that he was dead before the piranhas hit the tank.
All right.
Which means overnight. Now that we're done with the Monokuma file, we can get started on the investigation. My first command to my new sidekick is investigate everywhere and find clues that will lead us to the culprit. He's pretty commanding, as I expected. Okay. Water tank. The large water tank from the escape track. The glass is broken. It's in bad shape.
Come on,
There's handcuffs.
man.
Oh, he was handcuffed. Ryoma was handcuffed. Because that, like, he has a cuff around his ankle that he was wearing, but it was a broken cuff. He never had a full set of cuffs on him. Did you guys really need to break the glass? Everything's soaked now.
But
Well, if we had left Ryoma's body there, we wouldn't have been able to investigate.
that's right.
I guess it would have taken way too long to just empty the whole tank with a bucket. It was a lot of cleanup, but at least we can investigate the tank now. There might be a clue around here. I should take a closer look. Yeah, you're right. Because we broke the glass, there isn't much of anything left in the tank, but I should investigate the area thoroughly. There's bound to be something. Okay. Handcuffs. Yeah. Handcuffs? Why are there handcuffs here? Still locked, and there are small scratches on them. Yeah, that's because they were on Ryoma when he was in the tank. The cuffs appear to be stainless steel, so not too hard to scratch. They must have been scraping against something hard or sharp. The teeth. The teeth of the piranha.
Huh?
What are those handcuffs? Were they in the tank? But I've never seen handcuffs in the warehouse. Where'd they come from? That's true. There weren't any in the warehouse, so where did they come from? If they weren't in the warehouse, another place that might have handcuffs is... Could it be he's a prisoner? Yeah. We know he's a fucking prisoner. That is a good question, Lucifer. Right now we're investigating who killed the short one. And yeah, this is what my content's been about. I really like this game. It's a lot of fun. Ryoma's lab wasn't just for the ultimate tennis player, but also for the ultimate prisoner. Basically, the guy who died was a really, like, top-notch, like, tennis player. Like, he was one of, like, the best, and he used that to kill an entire, like, crime syndicate by, like, smashing through their skulls with tennis balls. So he went to prison. So, like, he's the ultimate prisoner as well. I don't know where the handcuffs came from, though, because he never had a full set of handcuffs on him, but he died in handcuffs. So perhaps some element of that was in his lab as well. I didn't see any handcuffs in the tennis lab. All I saw was a tennis court and a machine that threw tennis balls. I'm a Sherlock Holmes fan, so any crime mystery I'm no. Yeah, no, this is gonna be a fun game for you then. Lots of twists and turns in this one. Scratched handcuffs had been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. So basically, you see my videos, so like it's easily described as like 16 students get stuck in a school and then they have to figure out who killed the other ones, basically. So it's a lot of fun. I actually genuinely like it. There's a square pane of glass at the bottom of the water tank. That's how, what's her name, Himiko, got out of the tank for her magic trick. But it doesn't look like a broken piece. The other fragments are far more random than this. It's nearly impossible for the broken water tank to produce such a perfect square of glass. What exactly is this pane? I bet, like, she just lifts it up and then exits the tank, and that's how the magic trick's done. I'm gonna add that to it. It's a square glass pane. That definitely has something to do with the magic trick in the tank, though. That's not something with the murder, I don't think. Yeah, there's our dead body. Just sitting right there. It's literally a skeleton. It was eaten by piranhas in the tank, so... a whole lot of nothing, really. Ryoma's body is nothing more than a skeleton now, not even a shadow of what he was. What the heck is this? Hey, is this really Ryoma? I didn't see the moment it happened, so I can't believe it. I'm on PC now. I have my new PC. I finally got everything set up, so this is on my PC. I do still use an Xbox controller for it, though, which is why I have, like, the little Xbox controller thing in the corner. That way, like,
Okay.
I thought it was cool because you could see what buttons I'm pressing and everything, but, you know, I'm certain of it.
Remember.
So this is Ryoma, right before he died. Ultimate tennis person. He was, like, in the tank, and then piranhas were dropped in, and suddenly no more Ryoma. Everyone watching the show witnessed it. We saw Ryoma become nothing but bones.
Damn.
Can't believe he died in such a gruesome way.
Well.
The water filled with blood so fast we didn't see the whole thing, thankfully. But the skeleton is unmistakably Ryoma's.
Jeez.
I know he wanted to die, but he didn't have to actually go and do it.
No.
Hell yes, and no, I picked up a controller for PC not too long ago to make some games easier for me. Right? Like, I was raised on an Xbox, so an Xbox controller is the most comfortable thing for me to play on. And my friends wanted to play PC, that's how I got into PC gaming in the first place, and my big thing with them is if you're gonna get me into PC, you have to get me an Xbox controller to go with it. So, it is what it is. No, I don't think that's right, Kaido. Ryoma wasn't trying to die. He said as much. He was jealous of us who wanted to live.
Huh?
What do you mean he was jealous? I'm positive that Ryoma wanted to join us. That's why he needed a reason to live. So that he could have the same feelings we do, so that he could have that reason to keep going. To fight alongside us. Then he was a real idiot. Who cares if you don't have a reason to live? Can't your reason for living be something simple like good food or your friends?
Damn.
Actually, a technique used in therapy. If someone goes into therapy and they're like, I'm suicidal, I have nothing left to live for, their therapist will be like, but what about your cat? Or there's this restaurant you've been wanting to try. Why don't you, like, wait until you go to this restaurant? It's a proven technique. Look at his belongings. What did he have on him? He had his room key, his clothes, and his monopad. So not a whole lot. If we use this key, we can investigate Ryoma's room. Yes, we finally get to see a room. What's in his room to investigate?
Remember.
The motive video. I forgot we had motive videos. I wonder whose motive video Ryoma had. We were given, each character was given a video that was like from their closest relative or somebody who's of great importance to them. But they all got mixed up between the characters. So like our character is Shuichi Saihara on the right. That's who we are. But we got Kaito's video, who's on the left. We saw Kaito's grandparents, and honestly, I love them to death. We should find out whose video Ryoma had.
Oh.
And you think Ryoma was killed because of that video?
No.
Can't say for certain, but we should check just in case. Yeah, you can like stream Steam onto an Xbox and everything. With my new setup, I moved everything out into my living room because it was easier than just having to move all my computer stuff in my room. And I haven't gotten my Xbox properly set up since then. But you can do that, yeah. So I'm just playing through my computer right now because it's easier than having to set up my Xbox, but you know. Although he might have had my video. I don't think he has your video, Shuichi. I'm pretty sure Kaito has your video. If that were the case, I might be a suspect. You were a suspect last time too, it's fine. Well, no point thinking about that now. This is our second main character we're playing as. When we first started the game, we played as Kaede, and she was the first murderer. So now we're on our second main character. So, the fragments of the broken glass water tank have piled up. There are so many tiny pieces. Gonta and Tengo certainly didn't hold back when they threw Kibo at the glass. Gonta is like a knockoff Tarzan, and Kibo is a robot man, and I love them both dearly. They're both great characters. There's a bucket. A bucket full of piranhas. Nice. Gonta said that he picked up all the piranhas and put them there. I can't believe Gonta would do that with his bare hands. Yes, I can. When I think that Ryoma is inside their stomachs, I don't even feel like eating them. Why would you even consider eating them in the first place? Only the strong can survive in this world that Atwa has created.
Amen.
The least we can do is pray for Ryoma's soul so that he may enter Atwa's kingdom.
Come on, man.
Can he really go there looking like this?
But...
Those piranhas sure were a miraculous mystery. Maybe Atwa was behind those videos too.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
I
noticed it right as the show started.
What a surprise!
I feel like there are more piranhas today than yesterday when we were preparing.
No.
More piranhas? Did they multiply overnight? There's no way they could reproduce that fast. But compared to yesterday, the piranhas looked super cramped into that tank. So they looked more crammed together.
Dear.
Their water was too murky, so I couldn't tell how many more piranhas there were. Okay, so this is... That line's, kind of making me think that he was stored up with the piranhas, but then they would have eaten him in that tank instead of waiting for the big tank. Because if Ryoma's body had been up in the small tank with the piranhas overnight, they would have eaten him then. They didn't eat him until they were in the bigger tank. So I don't think his body was up in that small tank.
Oh,
That's
my.
clearly what they're trying to portray. But anyway, it was super, 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 super cramped.
What a surprise!
I'm not saying super that many more times. We get it. More piranhas than yesterday, there might be something to that. Crammed piranhas has been added to your truth bullets. Alright, that's all I wanted to see around the water tank. I should investigate the stage. I'm sure there's a clue there. So up to the stage we go. First off, the piranha tank. When I stood on stage and looked up, the piranha tank was directly overhead. It was set up so that the bottom would open when the timer had reached 0. The bottom is open now, and the tank is empty. It doesn't look as though it had a lid. You can see the ceiling is straight through. Oh! No lid on piranha tank. So maybe, because clearly he was dropped down into, like, from the top. We saw that. Maybe he was thrown into the top of the smaller tank right before the magic show, and therefore the piranhas wouldn't have time to eat him yet. And only the front side is glass. The other sides are made of wood. So the piranha tank had no lid, and only the front was made of glass.
So...
That tank was from Himiko's research lab. Oh, no, wait. That glass panel at the bottom. The glass pane? It totally... Hold on. I gotta draw this out before I unthink of it. There was a divider, so Ryoma's body would have been over here. And the piranhas... Okay, so I got it. We got this little box. It looked more cramped than it did last night, but there were the same number of piranhas. There's no way to make more piranhas. The glass pane at the bottom, perfectly square, was wedged in there, pushing the piranhas to the front so it looked more cramped. It looked like there were more piranhas. And then Ryoma's body was in the back. That way the piranhas wouldn't have access to the body. He would have still drowned overnight. And the piranhas wouldn't have been able to get to him until they dropped down. Oh, shit. Hey, Kaito, you helped carry supplies for the show, right?
Got it.
Yeah, me, Kibo, Imiko, and Angie. It was a lot of work. But I just helped carry it. I wonder how they hung it. Oh, Kaito. You motherfucker. It was you, wasn't it?
You know...
It was a heavy tank full of water and piranhas. It couldn't have been It couldn't have been easy to lift. It seems this is where the lighting batten for the gym is attached. Karumi.
It seems as if...
The control panel on the side of the stage allows you to raise and lower the batten. It seems they had lowered the batten, attached the piranha tank to it, and then raised it again. I never knew lighting battens were sturdy enough to lift a tank like that.
That is correct.
Since it was built to lift heavy objects, it was probably quite sturdy. Okay. I see what's going on here. What else is up here? Oh, his body was dropped in from the curtain. There's a curtain covering it, but I believe there's a window on the other side.
What's the matter?
You want to check that window out? Yeah, but too high up to reach. It's pretty high, even higher than the piranha tank. Higher than the piranha tank? Maybe like he was dropped into the piranha tank?
Yeah.
That's right, there was a ladder next to the stage. I'll go get it. Kaido quickly headed off the stage. He returned carrying the ladder that was set up beside the stage over his shoulder.
Hey, so...
But you know, shouldn't the sidekick be the one bringing up the ladder?
Thank you.
Yeah, I suppose so. Thank you. After setting up the ladder on top of the stage, I climbed up the rungs.
You can just barely reach the window with this. And if you open the curtain... Oh, the window is open.
Oh, hell yeah. So, the window above the piranha tank is open. Okay.
If the window's open, does that mean the culprit used it?
Yeah, probably. The culprit may have gone in and out through this window.
So what's on the other side of the window?
The pool.
I can't see much, but I think it's the pool.
Because that dome that we can see through the window is right over top the pool.
A pool, huh? I heard we had one here somewhere. All right, let's check it out later. The culprit probably went through there.
Kibo and Tenko and I were the three who checked out the pool, so I don't know if anybody else knew it was there.
Oh, wait. What is this?
What's up?
Nothing. It just looks like marks on the window frame.
What do you mean nothing? Marks on the window frame are freaking important. The window frame has distinct abrasions, perhaps scratched by something. The handcuffs? And I'm back for a little. Welcome back. So those scratches probably were created by the handcuffs. Handcuffs had scratches on them as well. Might be related to the case, I should remember it. Yeah. Scratches on window pane. So this is just the start of the investigation. We haven't gone basically anywhere except for the murder scene. And I think I already have a very solid idea of how the murder occurred. Which is better than last investigation, honestly. Last investigation was a whole mess. I climbed down from the ladder to the stage.
Hey!
You done investigating the window? Then I'll put the ladder back.
Okay.
That would be great.
Jeez.
Shouldn't the sidekick be doing this? Yes. However, you're more the sidekick than I am. He complained, but he still put the ladder back for me. I investigated everything I wanted to on the stage. Okay, so that's all that's up here.
Okay.
So that's all that's on top of the stage. All that's left down here is the people. So we'll start with Gonta.
How
He's
can
crying.
this be?
He's crying, and that makes me sad. Gonta could have saved him. No, Gonta should have saved him.
What happened?
Gonta, what's wrong? When piranhas attack Ryoma, if Gonta had dived into tank, Gonta would be dead. I blame Angie because this was her idea. Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Like, if they had not had the idea to have this, especially had not had the idea to have the piranhas drop into the tank, could have been avoided. Absolutely could have been avoided. Then Gonta could have helped Ryoma, but Gonta got scared, too scared to do anything.
Gonta, idiot.
Gonta, not an idiot. It's okay. Gonta is smart.
Come on, man.
Man shouldn't apologize so easy. You shut up, Kaito. Don't be toxic. Even if you had jumped in, they just would have eaten you too.
That's true.
And from what I read in the Monokuma file, you couldn't have saved him anyway, Gonta.
Huh?
Really? Does it say that in Monokuma file?
You know,
You haven't even read the file yet?
Gonta not smart.
Gonta not really understand it. Gonta not smart enough to be of help.
Dumbass.
What are you talking about? If you've got the time to apologize, you got time to read the file. If you think you can't help, then work till you can. That's what you can do.
You're right.
That's right, Gonta. You're a huge help. I mean, if Himiko had just said that now wasn't the time, Ryoma could have been saved. I mean, why would Angie think nothing would happen after everyone got the Cubs pads? You are absolutely right, and you should say it louder for the people in the back. Like, no matter who is found guilty for this murder, and I have my suspicions just based on how characters are acting, Angie had a role in this. Angie absolutely had a role in this. Himiko too, but not as much of a role. It seems like Himiko was just going with whatever Angie said. But we'll see. There's some information that only you know after all. Information only Gonta know?
Remember.
During the show you went up on the stage? That was about 20 seconds before the piranhas dropped, right? Yeah, because Gonta worry about Himiko.
Could it be...
Did you see inside the tank? Did you see Himiko or Ryoma?
No.
Gonta see no one in tank. Gonta kinda surprised. Oh, you can't do that. We're still in the middle of the show. But if Gonta do nothing, Himiko get eaten by piranhas. Huh?
But you know...
But when the piranhas were dropped and the curtains opened, Ryoma was in the tank, right? Yep. That's right. I mean, everyone who set up the magic show is equally sus, which would be Himiko, Angie, Kaito, or Kurumi. Yeah, and the person I'm high-key suspecting is in that list. Because earlier, before the investigation started, before Ryoma died, there was a really big foreshadowing moment where Shuichi was like, that's the last time I trust somebody or something like that. But did you see my new cosplay on TikTok? I haven't seen your new cosplay on TikTok yet, Lucifer. I really haven't been on TikTok all that much today. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out though once I get off here. What was it? Yeah, that right.
So...
Then when did Ryoma get in there? You didn't see it happen?
Oh, going to see.
Gonta don't know. Kurumi and Kaito don't have alibis. We assume Ryoma died before the show. You're right. Because we were exercising with Kaito, and we were like trusting Kaito, and then it was dropped of like, that's the last time I trust somebody, and it's like, hold the fuck. I thought he was gonna die. I thought Kaito was gonna be the one dead, and now Ryoma's dead. So now my number one suspect is Kaito. Just based off how like the foreshadowing in this game goes, but we'll see. I kind of have an idea of how the murder occurred already. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited for this one. Gonta don't know. Everyone see Ryoma in tank when piranhas drop in. After that, that's because he dropped in with the piranhas.
Sorry.
Gonta should have watched tank better.
Dumbass.
Like I said, a man shouldn't apologize so easy, and that's toxic masculinity. You right.
You know...
No, you're not right. You're not right, Kaito. But this is a problem. Now I'm even more stumped. Even if Himiko disappearing was part of the Underwater Escape Act, how did Ryoma get into the tank? Was that part of Himiko's trick? For my OC, I would still like to get some more stuff for what I'm going for, but Mr. Gray will become part of my dark gentleman self. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out after this. I doubt it's Kaito because this murder seems too elaborate for him to pull off. You're right. This does seem elaborate for him, but that would be a really good plot twist, don't you think? I'm positive that mystery will be an important part of this case. No, so, okay, this is what I've gathered so far for this murder. So we saw Ryoma being eaten by piranhas. We saw that in the tank. So he couldn't have been with the piranhas before his death, or else the piranhas would have eaten him. And he was drowned. That was his method of murder, was drowning, not being eaten alive by piranhas. And we found a square glass pane in the big tank. And, like, the tank was empty before the piranhas dropped in. So what I'm thinking was, in the piranha tank that's held above the big tank, there was the glass pane divider, and in the front, because only the front pane is glass and able to be seen through, was the piranhas, and then the back half that was separated off by the divider was Ryoma's body, which means he was in there overnight drowning because he was handcuffed too. So, like, I already have that figured out. Like, I know that, I just don't know who did it yet. Gonta's account has been added to your truth bullets. Kokichi.
Hey!
I'm glad Himiko made this game more difficult. Now I won't be nearly as bored.
All right!
Time to work hard to solve this mystery. Get ready, culprit, because here I come. You're never in the clear, Kokichi. I don't believe anything you say. Go away. I don't want the reaction. Like, I don't think Kokichi did this murder, but I still don't trust him for anything.
Like I thought.
If Himiko doesn't tell us how the trick works, we won't know how Ryoma was killed, right? But with the way she is, how do we convince her?
Could it be?
Oh, what if Ryoma was a former apprentice of Himiko's master and vowed revenge on him? And you're thinking too fantasy here, Samugi. And he murdered a lookalike of himself in order to sabotage her show. No. And I think that's a little too far-fetched, Samugi. Just a little bit too far-fetched. Or something like that. It has happened before, probably. You don't know that. Mew?
Hey!
Flemwad. There's something I need you to tell me. That's not a very polite way to ask somebody for something.
You know.
I got nothing to do with the incident, but I heard Gonta captured you guys last night. Yeah, we were all out past bedtime. Did I see Ryoma last night? I think I saw him on my way back to my room. What the fuck? Hold on. Ryoma was not in Gonta's lab. Neither Angie was. Angie and Himiko were in Gonta's lab last night. Kaito was not, and neither was Karumi. No, the last time I saw Ryoma was the day before. He was in the dorms. What the hell was that? The hell was that all about? I was running around, so I got no clue what happened.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, tell me too. I was also running, so I still don't know what went on. How did Mew escape from Gonta? She's not strong enough to fight him. Just because you were knocked out by Gonta just running straight at you doesn't mean everybody else was. You slimy shit. Well, I suppose you could say that Gonta was tricked into kidnapping us. The first ones to get captured were Kibo, Kyo, Sumugi, Tenko, and I. Himiko and Angie were brought in later.
Huh?
From the gym, right?
Okay.
Exactly. And Kokichi left the room after around 9 p.m. So they must have been brought in about 5 minutes before that.
If I remember correctly.
We were all forced to participate in Gonta's insect meet and greet. We were freed about an hour into nighttime around 11 p.m. Oh, I also found out that the hard way that putting a period in hashtag ends the hashtag, so I'm going to have to make my hashtag is Mr.-Gray. Yeah, no, hashtags are kind of stupid with, like, punctuation, I've noticed, but that's fine, I guess. We were freed around an hour into nighttime around 11 p.m.
I see.
So from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., everyone there had an alibi. And then those people without an alibi are me, Karumi, Maki, and Ryoma. And Ryoma's dead. Maki was in her child room. I don't even know what's in her lab. She's the ultimate child caregiver. So she had something in there, and she's been locked up in there since then. So it was really just you and Karumi, and I doubt it was Karumi because she was sewing curtains. I see you've learned what an alibi is, thanks to the previous incident. But what the fuck is this insect meet and greet bullshit?
Why?
By the way, Mew, how were you able to get away from Gonta?
What?
How?
Um,
We know how you did it. We know how you did it, Mew. You flashed him. I had to use my secret woman weapon, and let's just leave it at that.
Huh?
It was described by Gonta, and like he said, it was her secret woman weapon, and he just like, he said his face got hot and he couldn't think straight, so she absolutely flashed him, and Gonta just didn't know what to do with that. I don't like your laugh, Mew.
Wait!
Not gonna lie. Hey, what's a secret woman weapon? Please stop laughing. Is she trying to laugh it
Come
off?
on,
Probably.
man.
Shuichi, let's just leave her be. Listening to her will just tire you
You're
out.
right.
You're probably right. Perhaps it's better to get to the truth out of her at the class trial. Insect meet and greet has been added. And then there's Angie we gotta talk to. That's right, we need to ask Angie about the stage.
Angie!
I wanted to ask you some questions about the stage. I was in charge of all the art. I even built and painted the stage.
Then-
Do you know anything about Himiko's trick? How it worked, perhaps?
Nope.
I don't know the trick. Himiko only said that it was magic. I see. I suppose you didn't tell Angie the secret either. By the way, you asked other people to help you with the preparations, right?
Yep.
We started the prep work yesterday. Lots of people helped out. Like when we were moving the heavy tank and the stairs from Himiko's research lab.
Yeah.
Me and Kiba helped with that. The tank had a pulley, but because it was so huge, it was still a lot of work.
Right.
And I asked Karumi to sew the curtains because I hate sewing.
Thanks, B2A2A.
So basically, it's all thanks to Atua that the show was a success.
Ah,
No, it's because of all of us. Was it really a success? Technically, the magic show was a success. Technically. However, someone also died during it. That wasn't the magic performer, so therefore a success. By the way, were the piranhas your idea?
Because
On its own, the Underwater Escape Act is no different from a normal magic show.
so divine.
I thought it would make the show more exciting and divine if we used piranhas.
Atua has spoken.
That's what Atua told me. So Atua gives you that kind of advice too, does he? And about the piranha tank and the timer, those were from Himiko's lab, correct?
Of course.
Yep. According to the piranha tank's manual, it's synced up with the timer. When the timer goes off, the bottom of the piranha tank will open automatically. I see. That means most of the equipment came from Himiko's lab.
And then?
And right when we finished the prep work and we're about to take a break, Gonta captured us, so we couldn't rehearse at all.
Jeez.
When Gonta let us go, it was already nighttime, so we couldn't go back to the gym.
you know,
Oh yeah, you can't enter the gym at nighttime.
Yup.
So we decided to come to the gym today before the morning announcement.
Thank you.
Himiko and I were waiting for the gym to open. Oh, I was so relieved the set was intact. Oh, that's why the window was open. So the window was used because the gym is closed during night. The pool is not closed. You're not allowed to touch any water past nighttime. But you're allowed to go into the pool still. Like, you're allowed to go into that room. So if you go into that room and, like, climb up, get to the window, you could throw the body in there that way overnight. But you could still go through the pool and not get in trouble. So no one could have snuck into the gym before those two got there. What's up, Shuichi? Are you worried because of this confusing incident?
But
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Huh?
What?
Atua has spoken.
You have nothing to worry about.
Huh?
Nothing to worry about?
No.
Nothing can escape Atua's sight, not even the culprit. Atua is truly a divine force to be reckoned with. Angie is starting to sound more and more creepy. Yeah. She's a cultist, basically. That's why she sounds creepy. So now, Himiko. My magic was supposed to make everyone smile.
Himiko!
Don't worry, everyone is smiling. I don't think any of us can smile right now. Himiko, if it's alright, are you ready to talk about your underwater escape trick? We need to understand how your trick works if we're going to solve this mystery.
What are you saying?
There's no trick to my underwater escape act. It was magic.
Come on, man.
You're still saying that? Do you understand the situation we're in?
Stop it.
No matter how much you guys threaten me, my answer won't change. It was magic.
Huh?
But...
I'll protect you!
Okay, your time's up. The Q&A session is now over. Unless you want to feel the full volcanic wrath of my Neo Aikido.
Jeez.
Man, this guard is more strict than the security at idol events. That's saying something. So let's talk to Tenko then.
Hey, degenerate male!
If Himiko says it's magic, then it's magic. Got it? I'll use my Neo Aikido to obliterate any degenerate male who bullies Himiko. But if we don't understand the magic trick, how can we possibly survive the trial? You gotta figure out what it is. That's what it comes down to. Oh, we do still have Kyo. Fuck Kyo. Although there are many unknown variables, the first thing we need to make clear is, when was Ryoma murdered? Well, in the middle of the show, obviously. No, false, Kaito. This is why I'm the investigator and you're not. The culprit knew how Himiko's trick worked and took advantage of it to kill Ryoma. No.
Huh.
In other words, everyone watching the show isn't suspicious. Kaito, you didn't attend the show either, did you?
Well, that's...
No, but I'm still not suspicious. I forgot a promise, so I was just eating breakfast.
Of course!
You got it? I'm not suspicious? That is like the most suspicious way to say I'm not suspicious.
Oh, dear.
I do not understand how that explanation is supposed to convince me. Kibo does have a point. You're absolutely right, Kibo has a point.
However...
I never would have imagined such a cruel murder happening at such a fun show. Why did the culprit commit such a barbaric act? Did they wish to see us panic?
No.
I don't think that was the sole motivation. There was some other reason for it. And that reason must be related to Himiko's magic show somehow.
I see.
So that means the culprit knew of Himiko's trick and made use of it, yes? No. No, they didn't. So if that's true, did Himiko tell someone? Someone who thinks the trick is actual magic?
Well then...
Since the show was used, we must investigate her trick as well. Kyo murmured almost himself, then walked to the back of the stage. Is there anything to investigate backstage? Let's follow him. We should investigate the entire area anyway. We followed Kyo backstage. Yeah, figure out how this trick works. Ooh, there's a rope. Ooh, there's a puddle. There's a puddle behind the staircase. This isn't a puddle from when we broke the tank. The floor around it is completely dry. Perhaps someone who was wet was standing here doing something.
That's true.
Changing wet clothes? Yeah, that's where Himiko was standing after the trick, yeah. But how would you get from the water tank to the space behind the staircase? Oh, you can almost see a little hinge on the staircase right there. So that staircase must serve as like a door.
Could it be...
This may be a vital clue for understanding the underwater escape trick. I think I know how this works. Okay, and then we have a rope. This is a pretty long rope. What was this used for? I estimate it's roughly 65 feet in length. That is an oddly specific estimate, Kyo.
Huh?
You can tell just by looking at it.
Of course.
I am well versed in ropes. I once visited a village where their use was commonplace. Oh my god, Kyo. What kind of villages are you visiting? That is some kinky shit, Kyo. Where are you going? When it was time for me to leave, the women of the village all begged me to stay. Oh my god, Kyo. I know there's a single person who would beg for you to stay. However, I find that deeply disturbing, but I have to focus on this investigation. I agree with you, Shuichi. Anyway, what is this rope? Could this be related to the case? Yes, but I don't know how it's related to the case. The staircase goes up to the top of the stage. Inspecting it closely, I can see some places on the side are wet. It must have something to do with the puddle next to it. Okay, so the way I think this works is like she got in the tank, obviously. There's a little bit of a red curtain covering this end of the tank, so I think this case is like built into the tank itself, and there's like a doorway, so it's a little hallway that she could crawl through to get back there. Yeah. There's nothing strange because you can see the like doorway hinges on there. Okay. There's nothing strange about it from behind other than the large size. It's a normal tank.
I see.
All sides of the tank seem to be made of a special type of glass. I see no hidden doors. I think you're blind, Kyo. I think there's a hidden door right fucking there. Very mysterious. How, I wonder, did Himiko escape from the tank? Well, if we figured it out easily, it wouldn't be a magic trick.
However,
I believe that if we did figure out the route Himiko took, we will discover how Ryoma got in there. That is true. There's a high probability that they used the same route. To reveal how Ryoma got into the tank, I need to reveal how Himiko managed to get out of it. I investigated just about everything to do with the stage, but I still don't know how the trick was performed.
Hey, so...
How long are you gonna investigate here? We still gotta find the culprit, you know? Come on, let's go.
Kaito!
Wait! I believe we've investigated everything we need for now. Well, our investigation's over now, so who's the culprit?
No.
Can't say for certain yet. There are other places I need to investigate.
Come on, man.
You still don't know? I never thought detective work would be such work. So where else do we gotta investigate?
That's...
First, the pool next to the gym. They're connected by the window above the stage that needs to be looked at.
That's true.
After that, I want to go to Ryoma's room to find out which motive video he had. And then I want to investigate the Ultimate Tennis Pros. Like, you're making me go all over the fucking school, my guy. I've deduced that the handcuffs we found in the water tank probably came from there. Is that everything?
Ah!
Last of all, to the ultimate... Oh my god, all over the school. The Ultimate Magician's Lab. I want to know more about Himiko's trick. If we go there, I'm sure there'll be some kind of clue. Still, we've got a lot to do then. Good luck, Shuichi. After all, it's gonna be you doing all the heavy lifting here.
You're right.
Right.
Don't screw around.
What do you mean, right? Are you saying I'm useless? Yes. Yes, we are. Is there a right way to respond to that? I would tell him to his face that he's useless. That's okay. The closest thing for us to investigate right now is going to be the Magician's Lab, because that's over here at the end of this hallway. So you can just walk right in there. I mean, have fun dealing with kids, Lucifer. Like, kids are fun. So this is Himiko's research lab. What are we gonna investigate again? The trick that Himiko used in her magic show. I need to figure out how it worked.
You know...
Well, you say that, but what if it was real magic with no tricks or mechanisms? That would be a problem. That would be a really big physics problem. But it's not just about the trick. I need to ask that. Why are you here, Kokichi? Why are you here? This isn't your lab, Kokichi. We're starting off asking you questions. I don't trust you.
Shuichi!
Do you want to ask me something?
Okay.
I'll tell you anything you want to know. You are my favorite after all. That's scary. That's very scary coming from the ultimate dictator. When he says that, it sounds like he means the opposite. It makes me nervous.
Hey!
I do, actually. It's about when we were kidnapped by Gonta yesterday. You snuck into our rooms to steal our motive videos, right? But is that all you were doing? You came back pretty
I
late.
see.
You want to know my alibi for the nighttime yesterday? That's a good question to ask. The gym is off limits during nighttime, so Ryoma was probably killed before or after, which makes nighttime yesterday so suspicious, since everyone was doing their own thing.
Hey!
What were you doing then? It'd be easier if I just explained step by step what happened while I was out last night. After you regained consciousness, Shuichi, Gonta brought Himiko and Angie. That was about 5 minutes before 9 p.m. Right after that, I left Gonta's lab and headed toward the dorms. I thought I'd be back in an hour, the start of nighttime, but something happened. Something happened. Right when I got to the entrance hall, Karumi spotted me. That was right after I left Gonta's lab, so it was right around 9 p.m. She started throwing questions at me left and right, asking if I was up to no good. Then she started criticizing my behavior and lecturing me on my manners and relationships. Can you believe that? I mean, who does she think she is? My mom or something? Yes, she's everybody's mother. Didn't you ask Karumi to be your mom earlier? She is everybody's mother in this game.
That's so mean.
She just kept talking, then finally let me go at 10 p.m. when nighttime rolled around. A whole hour? Well, only the first half hour was a lecture, then we played tag for the other half. She was starting to bore me, so I turned around to leave, and then...
Please wait.
Stop right there, our conversation is not over yet. I don't gotta listen to you, you're not worthy of lecturing the ultimate supreme leader. Okay, dictator. Come on, Miss Maid, catch me if you can.
That is.
Is that a request?
So that means...
And then I guess Karumi decided to take tag super seriously. I tried my best, but in the end she caught me a little before 10 p.m.
I'm disappointed.
Then she started lecturing me again and let me go when nighttime started. So do your alibis still hold up even when she was chasing you around?
Maybe.
We ran into each other a bunch of times, so yeah, they should hold up. Then from 9 p.m. until nighttime, both Kokichi and Karumi have alibis. After Karumi let me go, I finally went to the dorms and collected everyone's videos. But by the time I returned to Gonta's lab, it was already 11 p.m. Then from 10 to 11, he doesn't have an alibi. Oh yeah, I did see something odd while Karumi was lecturing me. Why don't you start with these things, Kokichi? I saw a half-naked girl wandering around the courtyard in her homest? It was too dark for me to make out who it was, but I saw her walk around for a bit. Homest? I wonder who it was. Girl in her underwear, what the hell is he talking about? Oh, it's a swimsuit! Somebody was wearing a swimsuit! Who was wearing a swimsuit?
By the way.
So there was a girl with a swimsuit. At 10 p.m., roughly. By the way, you didn't get captured by Gonta yesterday, did you, Kaido? Where were you? And what were you doing?
Okay.
I was running around the whole time. I hid in the bathrooms, bedrooms, all over the school. I see. So he doesn't have an alibi. Where might clues be? Birdcage. I might fit inside this. Welcome back. I don't think that's a normal person's first thought to looking at a birdcage, Shuichi. This has nothing to do with the case. I don't know what does have to do with the case, okay? So you're gonna deal with it, Shuichi. The sword stabbing box. But if there was a person inside, they would come out just fine. That's the trick, I think. This has nothing to do with the case. Shut the fuck up. Oh, you know what? It's probably the tank area I need to look at. You know, smart. It's a huge water tank. Looks like the one that was used in Himiko's show.
So...
It looks like the same tank Himiko used in the show. I guess this one was a backup. So that's what Himiko told me and Kibo when we carried the tank out of here. And perhaps if we investigate this tank, we can learn the secret of the trick. Encouraged, I began walking around the tank. I was looking for anything that could be a switch or mechanism. What's this? There's a segment of the tank near the top that opens up, but why open up there? So that Himiko can get out. Cannot eat it? What are we eating? Honestly, food sounds pretty good right now. Why open up there? Wait, perhaps it isn't random. The segment had to open up here. The water tank trick has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Okay. Anything else we need to investigate in here?
But you know,
Even if it's to solve this case, revealing Himiko's tricks is, well, it makes things kind of boring. Kaido, are you the type who wants to believe in magic?
Oh.
The tank line board, and it's bloody hot right now. I feel that. I have finally given in and turned on the AC in my apartment, and it's still freaking hot. Oh, Kaito believes in Himiko's magic.
idiot.
That's not what I mean. I was just thinking that her tricks are like magic that brings smiles to
I
people.
see.
Yeah, I guess you could think about it that way.
Yeah.
Besides, it's just like my dream to go to space. I believe I can travel across the Milky Way. I believe I will meet aliens. Flying around space with thoughts like that is a true spirit of adventure. So it's like that. Kaido, that's
You're so dumb.
the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Your idealistic dreams won't help the situation. Shut up, Kokichi.
What?
Nobody likes you, Kokichi. Hey, who you calling stupid? Hey, who you calling Pinhead? The AC we have isn't doing justice in 100-degree weather. I bet 100-degree weather sounds awful. Our high right now in Ohio is 83 and I'm dying. I can't imagine 100 degrees. No need to yell, I guess. And then talk to Tsumugi, see what she has to say. What are you doing here, Tsumugi? Well, I'm investigating. I know I'm plain, but it's plain to see what I'm investigating.
Okay.
Is that so?
Hey, so
Did you find any clues? Still thinking about that. I don't think you can uncover clues just by thinking about them.
No.
No, in fact, I still haven't found anything. Then get to it. Looking around is how you find clues. But I think leaving that guy alone is just plain bad. Tsumugi gave Kokichi a meaningful glance. Yes, never leave Kokichi alone. That man is a little fucking dictator. Don't leave him alone.
Hey!
So I've decided to plainly keep an eye on him. That way even plain old me can help out. That makes sense. Yes, I want to leave. So we investigated Himiko's area. We still need to investigate Ryoma's lab as well as Ryoma's bedroom. Humidity, yeah, humidity fucking sucks. It's like wet hot because it's been raining nonstop. Which is great for the lungs, you know. Totally, 100% perfect. We need to go upstairs to find Ryoma's lab. There was something else we needed to check out too, and I don't remember what it was. Where is Ryoma's lab? Pianist, maid, and entomologist on the second floor, so I need to go up to the third floor. While we're here though, we went through a lot of text things, but I don't remember what all we're supposed to shut up, Kokichi, nobody likes you. Okay. Yeah, okay, so the pool is the other thing we need to investigate. So we're at those stairs. I believe the other stairs are over here. Yeah, they're on this side by the entomologist, I'm pretty sure. They are! Up to the third floor we go. Yeah, no, the weather in Ohio is absolute garbage and can't decide to stay one thing or the other. It's been raining on and off, so it's like 83, but then it's also been raining for a couple hours. And I just despise. Okay, so the Ultimate Tennis Pros Lab. If I'm right, then the handcuffs that were found in the tank came from here. And if the handcuffs came from here, that means the culprit was here as well. They may have left a trace of evidence. This room is a little different from when we were here before. It feels off.
What's the matter?
No.
Ah, nothing. Anyway, let's figure out the handcuffs. We should take care of that problem first. What's off? That machine's still going. Everything else looks... The net is lowered. I'm taking note of that. The tennis net is lowered. It was up properly last time we were in here. Let's go look in the shower room. Ah, the ultimate prisoner's lab. So, last time we were up here, we weren't allowed to investigate this room. I tried clicking on the door to get into this room, and Ryoma went, "That's just a shower room back there, you don't have to worry about it." So now that we're in here, this is much more than just a shower room. This is a prison lab, essentially. It's the first time that we've been in here. And they're missing handcuffs in the back. It's a shower room, but it feels less like the Ultimate Tennis Pros and more like the Ultimate Prisoner's Lab.
Hey, so...
We have a pair of handcuffs missing. Handcuffs missing from Prisoner's Lab. Do you think it was made that way on purpose? Did they remodel the shower just for that?
Okay.
Yeah, I think they did.
Ugh.
Glad I'm out of there, but wish we could bring family to get them out of there, especially my brother-in-law. Oh, no, I totally get that. Like, I tried getting out of Ohio, and I'm back here because of family, so... And family just manages to suck you back in here. But it is what it is. Geez, Monokuma's got bad taste. Well, we already knew that. So... handcuffs are missing. We're missing a set. There they are. The handcuffs. Look, Kaido, handcuffs hanging on the wall. Oh, they look like they're the ones in the tank. Oh, wait, are they the same?
Because...
Yes.
Remember...
Yes, they are. See one empty hook. The handcuffs we found must have been hung here. That means the culprit was definitely here. Okay. Here's a prison sink. That's a pretty big stone sink. You fill it up with a lot of water. What's this? Scratches on the stone. Like something was scraped against it. You're right, what made them? The scratch marks are very clearly not natural. They must have been made by some kind of metal. The cuffs. The handcuffs that Ryoma was wearing were scratched up. Looked like they had been scratched up on something. So I bet you that it was scratched up by the stone here. That is interesting. Yes, very interesting. What are you doing? Okay. I missed that line of dialogue. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. They must have been scratched by some kind of metal. That is interesting. Scratch sink has been added to the truth bullets. Okay. There's a closed window up here. Where does that window go? This window. What are you doing? No, stop that. Stop that.
Just as the window you...
What are we doing? No, we are not doing this. Hold on. Nope. There's something wrong with my controller. So we're gonna go back and try and see that. The window has no vines or barbed wires blocking it, and there was that one window I could see from the pool area. This is probably that window. I should open it to make sure. Just as suspected, the window you could see from the pool is the window to Ryoma's lab. Ooh. A pool. Wait up. We're on the 3rd floor, so we're pretty high up, yeah? If you did it just right, I think you could jump right into the pool from here.
You're right.
Good to know. And you can swim at any time other than nighttime. Father-in-law isn't really supportive of him being gay. He says he is, then calls him names that are derogatory. Ooh, I hate to hear that. I am so sorry. That is awful. Well, I do wish you luck in getting your brother-in-law out of that, because that's awful. I feel so bad. And then you can swim at any time other than that. It doesn't surprise me for Ohio, though, not gonna lie. I had to legally change my name a couple years ago, and when I was in the court talking to like the lawyer and everything, he straight up told me to my face, he said, Ohio is not a progressive state, we cannot change it on your birth certificate. And that was just like a simple legal name change for purposes of like my last name and stuff, because I'd switched it from my dad's last name to my mom's last name. So like Ohio just be like that.
But
It said that in the school rules and the rules in the pool area as well. Well, I don't want to swim, so that doesn't really affect me. Wait a second, what's this?
Hey, so
Look, there's weird scratches on the window frame. So scratches on the window pane, and then there's that's the second set of scratches on window panes in the prisoner's lab. Okay. Yeah, no, the law sucks too, so I totally understand that.
okay.
You're right, there are definite abrasions here. These marks are similar to the ones that were on the gym's window frame. I'm positive these marks aren't the result of opening and closing the window normally. Window frame is sturdy as well, the gym's window frame was the same way. Looks like it would hold even with a lot of weight on it.
Shuichi,
Now you understand, right, Shuichi?
got it.
How amazing I am to have noticed such a super ultra important clue.
I'm Kaito
Oh,
Momota,
You're so
luminary of the
important,
stars.
Kaito. It's all in a day's work for Kaito Momota, luminary of the stars. You're so important, Kaito. I mean, I found a pretty important clue too, but I won't say that. Yeah, you just keep it to yourself, Shuichi, honestly, at this point. Marked window frame has been updated. We came here to confirm my suspicion about the handcuffs found in the tank, but we found even more important clues than I expected. Together with the fact that this is Ryoma's own lab, there are too many points of concern to be mere coincidence. It must be important evidence. Another thing here is they bank a lot on the characters believing stuff is coincidence in this. I don't believe in coincidences. Just point blank period. Coincidences do not exist. So every time they're like, oh, it must be a coincidence, I'm just like, oh, time to not like note down some important information.
Hey,
It seems like you figured out something. You seem more confident.
all right.
Then on to the next place. There's no point staying here. On to the pool we go. Yes, I'd like to leave. It's the net. Why is the net down?
Hey,
Oh, we gotta talk. So where should we go?
Whoa!
Oof. As he came out of the shower room, Kaido tripped and fell to the
Hold
ground.
up.
The hell, something caught on my leg.
That's-
Looks like a cable.
Ah,
Is this for the tennis net? Man, whoever left this here should have put it in the corner. The tennis net? So that's why the room felt odd. I should investigate this in detail. Yeah, the tennis net's lowered. Uh-huh. The reason I thought this room felt off is because of the net. It was raised the last time we were in here. He has grown a backbone to stand up for himself when it comes to everyone else. It's just his dad that gets him. I totally get that. I was very similar with my mom now. Thankfully, we're in a better place now and she understands. But you just have to like gain that backbone and eventually it'll become easier, you know? But I'm glad he has that backbone now. When I came here last time, the tennis net was up.
Okay.
But now the cable has been removed. So like someone took the cable off? Why would they do that? Yeah, why?
Hey,
Can you help me? I want to measure how long this cable is. No need, it's about 50 feet long. What is it with y'all and just knowing how long ropes are? Like just magically knowing this.
huh?
What?
ah.
Oh, I was in the tennis club till middle school, so I know how long the cable is. You were in the tennis club?
That's right.
That's why it pissed me off so much that Ryoma was acting like that. That's another point of suspicion on you, Kaito. That you just know this shit. Because nobody else would know that there's a cable holding up the tennis net.
Hey,
Did you know Ryoma from before?
Ah.
I never met him, but I heard a lot about him.
You know,
I mean, these days, there's no one who's played tennis that hasn't heard of him. He's been a tennis legend since middle school. He was like a hero to every tennis kid.
Jeez.
And then once I finally got to meet him, he became a coward. That pissed me off so much I ended up being too hard on him.
Damn.
But regretting that now won't help. There's nothing I can do.
So...
What's suspicious about the length of the cable? Did something about it bother you?
No.
Nothing suspicious, I was just checking. So detectives get bothered by small details, huh? Like an overbearing mother-in-law nitpicking a young wife. Yeah, I think it was around his age I grew a backbone for my bullies. Unfortunately, it took longer to find the truth about my mom. Which I believe we have talked about in the past, right? I believe we have. I believe we have talked about that in the past, yeah. Like an overbearing mother-in-law nitpicking a young wife. What is that analogy? Why are you like this, Kaito? Tennis net cable has been added to the truth bullets. Okay. Tennis net is lowered, 50-foot cable. I'm gonna add that to my note about the tennis net being lowered. Okay, now we have to go all the way back down the stairs. Don't you love how this school is set up? So my biggest suspicion at the moment is that it's Kaito. I have a huge hankering feeling it's him. Which fucking sucks because I love Kaito. But like the way he's acting is just super suspicious, and like he knows shit about tennis that nobody else would know, which is a little suspicious seeing as the ultimate tennis player is the one that died. He has no alibi for the time like of the murder. Where am I at? I'm on the first floor. Okay. And like just things like that. It's just little things piling up. I don't have a clear idea of how any of it went down yet. We still have 2 more places to investigate, and that's the pool and the dorm. I'm gonna go to the pool first since it's still technically part of the school building. But I think it was Kaito. I know how the murder itself went down. I just don't know who did it or why yet. Ooh! There's shit in the pool. There's an inner tube floating in the pool. Looks like a big, sturdy rubber one.
I see.
Let me guess, some idiots didn't clean up after themselves?
Rise and shine, Ursine!
Oh my god, that's so loud. Why are y'all like this? These are the main antagonists of the game, is these Monokubs and their dad Monokuma. Don't look at us. I don't like water. I prefer juice. We get heavier when our cotton absorbs water. It makes losing weight a nightmare. I want to play in the water with everyone. It sounds fun. I love Monodam now that he's actually talking. I don't know why they specifically are so loud, because if I turn down the voices, then you can't hear the voices of like the normal characters. But with them, like they're just so fucking loud.
Ah!
You know, Monodam might be onto something. I kind of want to go into the pool now.
I'll do it.
Yeah, who cares about losing weight?
You stupid!
We're not here to play. We're here to smack these bastards into the pits of hell. We're the Monokubs, the meanest, nastiest, cruelest mascots around.
Dumbass!
If you don't get it, I'll throw you into the pool myself. Please don't.
Can't we all get along?
What?
You saying that if we don't get along, I'll end up like Mono Kid? That's oddly threatening. Mono Kid was killed. Thank God. Goodbye, Monokubs. So then it was one of us that put the inner tube there, not the Monokubs. Well, it doesn't matter. The inner tube probably isn't related to the case. Isn't related to the case. If it were just for playing around, then why is there a rope tied to it? What could that be for? Nothing is ever just for, like, not for the case or whatever. So there's an inner tube with a rope attached in the pool. That is intriguing. So the evidence that I have so far, just knowing like how the murder went down, there was the tank, the smaller tank above the big tank that contained the body. And that was split into 2 separate sections. The front section where you could see into the tank had the piranhas, and then the back half was Ryoma's drowned body. That way the piranhas couldn't get to him. Made it look like he died later than he did. It looks like he was handcuffed in his prison lab. And then to get the body down to the gym, because that would have happened past nighttime. So he was probably thrown into the pool. That's what the inner tube was for, most likely. And then let's see if I can look up here. Yeah. So here's the open window that goes to the gym, up here. So they took his body like through there, and that's how they dumped it into the setup. And Kaito was the one who helped with the setup of the piranha tank. He was helping them. He has no definitive alibi. The only other people who don't have a definitive alibi are Kurumi, Himiko, and Angie. Except Himiko and Angie do have an alibi because we were with them when the insect meet and greet. So overall, just a lot of things not quite adding up, but nothing substantial yet, like official yet. That, like, there's no confirmation of anything that's actually happening until the trial itself and it all gets pieced together. So that's just my suspicions on what's going on. There's something else floating in the pool. Looks like a little piece of fabric. It's just trash, right? Nothing to be worried about. Stop dismissing evidence, Kaito. We get it, you're guilty. But stop dismissing evidence. We're gonna find it. We're looking for the culprit. We don't have time to pick up trash.
Okay.
Yeah, but perhaps it's just my intuition, but it does bother me. I should learn to trust it sometimes, my intuition as the ultimate detective. Yeah, you fucking should. Black piece of fabric. So basically what it's gotten to so far is, like, Kaito partnered himself up with us. Last time we had an investigation, we were partnered up with Kaede. We were still playing as Kaede at the time, and she ended up being the murderer. So Kaito might be trying to fill in those footsteps as well, and he's just acting suspicious, trying to dismiss evidence. You don't dismiss evidence. That's not something you do. That's a big no-no. Now we need to look at the window. You can see the gym's window over there. That's the window we investigated from on top of the stage in the gym. It's pretty high up. You wouldn't be able to reach it with just a ladder.
Okay.
The ladder only barely reached the window and it was on the stage. If that's the case, then it might have been hard for somebody to have gone through there. You might be right. But there definitely were scuffs on the window sill, or on the window frame. So that is something that happened. Ooh, maybe there's something with the diving board? Hell yeah. There is, maybe? Nothing about it's changed. Never mind, there's nothing. And then the storage room. Pool's equipment shed. I'll take a look inside just in case. Is that an electric air pump? You could easily fill a large inner tube with this. There doesn't seem to be anything else worth inspecting. But did you see swimsuits? But did you see Oh, they totally... Okay. They totally slid Ryoma from up here to down here. Like, they totally just ziplined that shit. Interesting. There's a scuff. The window to the shower room in Ryoma's lab. Can I leave then? Oh, there's still something to investigate. Doesn't look like a normal school pool. Looks like more pool of resort. It's deep, but isn't filled up all the way. Water level hasn't changed, but I can see something floating in it. Can I click on just the rope? No. Why would I be able to do that? Let's talk to you then, Kaito. What the fuck's going on? What do you have insight for? Let's go investigate other spots. We don't have time to be lazing about. Isn't that right, sidekick?
You're right.
You're trying to distract me. There's something else in here. There absolutely is something else in here if you're trying to distract me like that. Oh, man, my cat's getting into something. I can hear him. What else can I click on? I don't... Can I... Maybe the rules? There's also some specifications. Yeah, I do have the dimensions of the pool. because I thought those would come in. There's something bothering me about the pool. I figured the dimensions would come in handy. Oh, here's Monokuma. No jumping into the pool, especially at nighttime.
Whoa!
Where'd you come from?
Yeah.
I mean, jumping itself is fine, but if you want to jump in front of a car or on a train, that's on you.
No.
But the pool is off limits at nighttime. See, no swimming at nighttime. That'd be a violation.
Hey,
If anyone violates a school regulation, a campus-wide siren will blare. And that person will be ripped apart by the exiles.
What?
You got that? Okay. So there was no one in the pool at night because no siren went off. I think they totally ziplined him from his 3rd story window down to the 2nd story gym window.
Oh yeah.
Well, so far the siren hasn't gone off, so no one's needed to be ripped apart. But yet. Since that's the case, can we assume no one was in the gym or pool at nighttime?
Yeah.
Well, at the very least, no one alive. Yeah. Okay. No swimming at nighttime. That might just play into this case.
Hey, so
Does this pool really have anything to do with the case? Yes. Yes, it does. Stop dismissing evidence. We got all psyched up about it, but it doesn't seem like there were any clues here. Well, that inner tube is still bothering me. I don't know what it tells us, but I feel like it's related to this case. If that inner tube is related to the case, the culprit is pretty careless. If it was related to the case, why didn't they clean it up?
So
Just leaving it sitting out like that, don't you think that's straight up careless? Even if they wanted to put it away, they couldn't. There's no pole or anything around here that you could use to get the inner tube. The water level is so low, you couldn't grab the tube even if you did manage to bring it closer.
But you know,
Then why not just jump in and fish it out by hand? Oh, that's right, they couldn't get in the water. Couldn't get in the water. Guess I suppose you could think of it that way.
you know,
Well, we can't stay here forever, right? Let's go check out other places.
right.
There's no time to waste, isn't that right, sidekick?
You're right.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe there was something to do with the diving board as well. But it said there was nothing there. Nothing's changed. So what I think happened, so we have that inner tube. What I think happened is they loaded Ryoma's body onto that inner tube and made a little like zip line from that window down to this window, and got him in through there. That's my big hypothesis, and he would have had to already be dead by then. So he was probably killed up in the sink in his lab. To his room we go. So, I don't know, this is interesting. It's kind of got little twists and turns I didn't expect. Where's his room? Right here. Ryoma Hoshi's room. Very simple. We do love that. Looks no different from my room. This is Ryoma's room, huh? So where's his video? I don't see it sitting anywhere. Maybe he put it on his bookcase? Kaido opened all the drawers one by one, checking each of them. He doesn't have a bookshelf. That's weird. I can't find it anywhere.
You're right.
So we can't find it. That's all right. That's a clue in itself.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Hey,
You see, if we suppose the motive for the crime was a video, then there's a high possibility that Ryoma had the culprit's motive video.
remember.
If their motive video was left at the scene, they would be immediately suspicious. There's no reason the culprit would leave behind that kind of incriminating evidence. That's true.
Okay.
And the video is not in the room, which
Got it.
means it's just like we thought the video was the motive.
Okay.
That's the best explanation I can think of.
That's my sidekick.
Video. Okay. One thing that they're missing though, yeah, we had Kaido's motive video. So those were Kaido's grandparents.
Shuichi!
What's the matter, Shuichi?
No.
Nothing.
So,
By the way, I was thinking,
I mean,
maybe we all should have watched those motive videos after all. No!
Huh?
Absolutely the fuck not, Kaido. They showed the most important people to us, right?
that's
Yes.
right.
So maybe we should have watched them. They showed us your grandparents, yes. Without looking away from the truth.
I mean,
At the time I agreed with Kibo, but after thinking about it, I changed my mind.
that's right.
And if we were worried about watching them alone, we could have just watched them together. Watched
got
them
it.
together. We should have gathered everyone together and watched all the videos, share everyone's motives. That's what the plan was for the night we were abducted by Gonta. Even if it's something you can't bear by yourself, if it'd be possible with everyone. That's what cooperation is, right?
Ah,
That's what Kokichi was trying to do.
Huh?
hey,
Kokichi was trying to get us to participate in a motive video viewing party of sorts. Okay, now he's getting to the part that I was going to mention. So the motive video isn't in Ryoma's room. We don't know where the motive video is, except we do, because last night when we were abducted and Kokichi brought all the motive videos into Gonta's lab, his insect lab, where we all were, when we went back, we didn't know how to successfully put the motive videos back in the rooms they were in, so we gave them to Monodam. Monodam popped up and said he'll put them back. Clearly he didn't. So the Mono Cubs, the antagonists of this game, have the motive videos, and we're probably not going to get them back. And that's why he forced us into the same room. You don't think that was his way of cooperating? Do you think the same way?
Nah.
No, if that's what he wanted, he could have just asked us.
Jeez.
That's what a normal person would have done, but the thing is, he's not normal.
That's right.
Maybe he did want us to cooperate, but there's no way to know for sure. He'd never tell us. That's true, it's impossible to know what Kokichi's thinking. But I suppose he could have been acting in our favor for once. I don't believe that. He's a literal dictator. Okay, so now we gotta investigate the room. He doesn't have a bookshelf. So where this little nightstand is over there, in my room, I have a whole ass bookshelf. There's his bed. I think that's like one of the few things I can actually click on. We can investigate the closet. I should investigate here as well, just in case. I opened the closet. I discovered several identical sets of clothes, just like Ryoma wore. Just like my room. No swimsuit. And my closet's like this too. It's packed with nothing but my uniforms. Must be the same for
right.
everyone. There are no Cubs pad in here, so the culprit must have taken it. No, I don't think he did. Then again, I don't know, Kaido, did he? You could just admit to it. Ooh, we can't access the bathrooms in here. The bed, it's a normal bed, looks like the one in my room. Nothing out of the ordinary. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to press on the bed again. My bad. I wanted to press on Kaido. Kokichi's just not normal. Jeez, what
Let's
a pain.
go.
Well, forget about Kokichi. We gotta focus on the investigation. Let's move on. You're real pushing some shit, Kaido. Like, you're... What am I doing? Hold on. Yeah, okay, there was nothing said about what we're supposed to be doing now, so... let me click on the door, thank you. We're going out now. Just away from the dormitory. Let's, I don't know, I guess we're gonna locate Kokichi. He's still in the magic room. I'm convinced that this is Kokichi's lab. We can't get in this room. It's still locked to us. But just based on the color scheme, all the black and white, I am thoroughly convinced it's Kokichi's lab. But what would a dictator need a lab for? Does he have minions in there? Probably. He probably does. And we're back. We're talking to you, Kokichi. What's going on?
Okay.
No! No! Yeah, I literally don't care anything you have to say about anything you have to say. Okay, I don't know what I need to do then. I investigated everything. Everything's been taken care of. Report card, school rules, this assistant. Let's see what truth bullets we have. Okay. So we have the Monokuma file saying how he died. The handcuffs. Square glass pane. Okay. We have a hell of a lot of evidence. God, Kokichi's account is way too much. He's got so much shit. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing now. I investigated everything. Maybe I just have to, go down here?
What's the matter?
Where the fuck am I supposed to be going? We don't know when the class trial is gonna start. We can't just be going on a walk. Then where the fuck am I supposed to go, Kaito? Danganronpa P3 Investigation Ryoma. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. What am I supposed to be looking at? Oh, go to Maki's lab. I have to go back inside. Back to the 3rd floor that I just came down from. So let's go up there. Okay. Set that up again. And where's Maki? That's not her. She's over here with Harumi. Hi, Maki.
Hey!
What are you doing here? Earlier you said that you weren't going to help us investigate. Were you serious about that?
So what?
You'll be fine even if I don't help, right? You're the detective, not me. Or do you think you can't solve this case on your own? It's completely different. That's pretty harsh, but my sidekick is working his ass off.
Huh?
Sidekick?
Got it.
Yep, Shuichi's my sidekick now.
Hey.
Shouldn't it be the other way around? The dumb one should be the sidekick?
So,
The dumb one? I'm more of a scientist type of guy, so this stuff really isn't my thing.
Well,
Wouldn't being a scientist be helpful for an investigation?
you know,
More importantly, why have you been here the whole time? Is there a reason?
like I'd know.
Why do you care?
No.
Because it's been bothering me. You've been in here ever since this room opened up. Almost as if you're keeping watch, making sure no one else enters.
I don't understand.
Is this an interrogation? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I just want you to talk to me, Maki. If this has nothing to do with the case, please tell me so.
Hey!
It's true that you don't have to help unless you don't want to.
Is that alright?
But you should at least cooperate with our investigation. Because all of our lives are on the line.
So,
Even if I did cooperate, I wouldn't be of any help. Mostly because I've been in here for the last several days. I've only gone back to my dorm at night to shower, including last night. Then can I ask you this? Did you see Gonta at all last night? Gonta was searching the grounds last night trying to capture all of us.
Why?
How were we able to avoid being caught?
I see.
Gonta did stop by, but I managed to chase him off somehow. All I did was tell him, if you lay a hand on me, you'll choke to death on your own tongue. That's all. So you threatened Gonta. Big soft boy Gonta, big golden retriever boy Gonta, you threatened him? That's rude. So Gonta got scared off by that? Well, I guess he would hold back against a girl. As I listened to Maki's testimony, a question grew in my mind. Why did Maki not want to leave so badly? What reason did she have for that?
Hey,
Are we done here? You're wasting your time talking to me. I don't know anything. Okay, I'm done here. You are?
that's right.
Well, her alibi is a little shaky, but I don't think she killed Ryoma. And that's what my instincts are telling me. Your killer instincts? The instincts that led you to killing Ryoma? Is that what's telling you that Maki wasn't the killer? I don't trust you.
Hey, so,
But if you remember anything, be sure to tell Shuichi, okay?
I believe in you.
He's my sidekick, you know? He's pretty good. In the end, the only thing we were able to get out of Maki was that she was here the whole time. But no one else can verify that testimony. That might be a problem later. Okay. There's still no ding dong bing bong, so let's talk to Kurumi and see if we get a ding dong bing bong. What are you doing here,
Do you
Kurumi?
agree?
We all agreed to investigate with at least one other person present, yes? As she spoke, she glanced towards Maki. So you're staying with
Got
Maki. That's good thinking. Hey, once we're done with the trial, can I get a massage?
May I?
But of course, since you are here, Shuichi, may I ask you a question? At the time of death was not provided, so I'm questioning everyone in order to determine it.
What do you think?
When was the last time you saw Ryoma alive? A whole day and a half before his death. Right before I was kidnapped by Gonta. Oh no, we did see him last night. We talked to him right outside the building when I was abducted by Gonta. Wait, if Gonta got me, how didn't he get Ryoma? Because Ryoma was standing directly next to me talking to me.
So...
The last time I saw him was way before then. I didn't see him at all yesterday, actually. Then you are fine, Kaito. What's important is the last time someone witnessed him alive. Last time someone witnessed Ryoma
That is
alive.
correct.
Gonta was the last one to see him alive around 8 p.m. yesterday. Ryoma managed to avoid being captured by him by using his Shukuchi method. So Ryoma was still running around after I got captured.
Yes, of course.
Furthermore, 30 minutes earlier, Muse saw Ryoma as she was fleeing from Gonta. In that case, Gonta's testimony is highly credible.
Yes.
Yes, we at least know that Ryoma was still alive yesterday until around 8 p.m. Okay, that's fair. There's the ding dong bing bong. The class
Already tired of investigating? Oh, you've been tired of it for a while now?
So I said the ding dong bing bong coming up. That's an like the sound that the systems make before any kind of announcement in this game. So this ding dong bing bong is this announcement that just popped up here telling us that the class trial is about to start. There's also ding dong bing bong that notifies us that it's nighttime. So that means that, oh, it's 10 p.m. now. You can't go outside. So yeah, it's just an announcement.
Well, that's how it goes. Investigations aren't all that fun, you see. But it's a necessary step before we can move on to the main event. Kind of like searching the internet for that perfect porno video.
Why are you like this, Monokuma?
In fact, some people think the search is the best part. Weird, huh? Anyway, the class trial is starting soon. Please gather at the Shrine of Judgment in the courtyard.
And so far, just a little more background, Monokuma is the big bad. He's like the head of the franchise. He's been big bad since the first game.
See you later!
So he's the one who rules over the class trial and like executes the people who are guilty of murder and stuff like that. Looks like it's time, bro.
Okay.
Yep. Sure is.
Dumbass.
Why do you look so worried now?
Don't worry about it.
You can do it. I believe in you. I don't believe
Why?
in you. I don't believe in you, Kaito. Why do you trust me, Kaito? There's a chance that I'm the culprit.
Idiot.
I believe in you because I want to. Do I need a reason other than that?
Listen up.
Isn't that why you believed in Kaede? I mean, sure, I might get betrayed in the
I
end,
believe in you.
if I worry about that, I won't be able to believe in the people I want to believe in.
Shuichi,
We're still young. I can't die before I've had my first drink or gone to space.
let's do it.
Poor Kaito. If you're not going to get yourself in gear now, then when? Now's all you got. He's like, I can't die before I had a drink, and I'm just sitting here like, I bet you're the one who killed Ryoma, which means you're going to be dying at the end of this class trial.
Yeah, that's right.
Keep your chin up.
That's the expression I wanted to see. That's my sidekick. He's right, I just have to do it. I have to believe in myself. I have to believe that I can do this. I'm going to survive. We're going to survive
That's it.
together. Maybe I don't really understand it. Maybe I don't have a reason. Okay, so now we're in a flashback. Apparently he didn't want to live at one point. I want to die with everyone else. Interesting. No, I want to live. Yeah, so I updated my stream goal, hair dye stream goal. I was going to do a poll, see what color I should dye my hair. Currently, I just put black on the tips of it, so it's white and black. But I do unnatural colors, really. I like bright colors for my hair, and I don't know what color to put in next. So I figured I'd make that a stream goal. I want to live a long life. I don't want to die. I can't die in a place like this, never. Well, I'm so glad you finally got that outlook, Shuichi. Finally. Okay. Well, back downstairs we go. Because now we gotta go all the way across the map. It's kind of weird being able to actually, like, walk through the halls and stuff like this. Hi, Kaido. You having fun hiding over in the corner? Okay. It's kind of weird being able to walk through the halls and have, like, the 3D models. Red or blue? I do have blue. I don't have... No, I just got red. So I do have red and blue hair dye. So those are some good colors. Like, being able to look around and actually walk through the halls is very surreal to me. Like, it feels wrong, but also it's so cool. Like, I love being able to walk around the school. It feels much more immersive. Although it takes forever to get literally anywhere. Hi, Kaito. I don't like that he just pops up as you're walking out. Like, I have real sus vibes from him already, and he just appears. He just appears, and I don't like that. And he watches you as you walk past him. Whatever. These big things are the exiles. I know they were mentioned that, like, if you break a rule, these things are gonna, like, tear you apart limb by limb. That's what those are. They're just big monsters. Right now, they're just doing construction around the school. There he is again. He's the only person we keep passing. And then this is the Shrine of Judgment, where we're gonna go down for the class trial. I think...
Everyone!
Ooh. There's Kibo, our favorite robot. Is everyone ready? Not like we have a choice, right? You are quick to understand. It's as though Monokuma has you trained.
What?
We got nothing to worry about, right, assholes? We'll figure out the culprit, won't we?
Don't worry.
Of course we don't need to worry. The top suspect is super obvious this time. Okay. Okay, that makes me feel better about, like, thinking that it's Kaito. But then again, Kokichi lies all the fucking time, so who knows if he's actually telling the truth right now. Right? Oh, no, he's not telling the truth. He's accusing Himiko. Stop accusing Himiko. How dare you bully Himiko, you degenerate. Want me to Aikido chop your head off, huh?
Wait.
That's not even Aikido anymore, is it?
Either way.
This matter will be discussed in due time. You should save your arguments
That's
until
right.
then. Yeah, let's put an end to this at the class
You're right.
trial. Okay, so we're going down to the class trial now. I'm not going to do the trial tonight because these trials end up being about 3 hours in length, and I don't have the mental capability to do that right now. But I'm going to get down to, like, right before we get to the class trial, because there should be some sort of discussion in the elevator on the way down, just knowing how this game do. The door appeared before us with a pomp, as if sending heroes off to war. After a pause, we all stepped towards the door. So after, like, the conversation on the elevator, I'm gonna call that it for tonight, and then I'll have a stream that's dedicated solely to the class trial, because they're that long. But it's so cool to watch them. We were silent. All I could hear was our unsteady breathing. Just as we passed through the door, it closed, and now we're going down. That's a shaky elevator door. It started up again. There we go. Going down. Normally I wouldn't mind the shaking. Everybody's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Yep, everybody's there. Normally I wouldn't mind the shaking, but I'm feeling especially sensitive to it now. Each of us felt that the trembling through our entire bodies as we sank further still. Without sure footing, I'm positive I would have fallen as well. My breathing was becoming more ragged, my heart pounded harder and harder. Mans is having a straight panic attack. Just when I thought I would pass out from the nerves. I don't know if I'm gonna go to bed right after. I am still actively drinking a Monster, so I don't think I'll be able to fall asleep right after this. But I know I won't be awake for 3 more hours. I know that for a fact. The elevator came to a stop, but this wasn't the end. No, it was only just the beginning. There's...
Welcome!
You've hopelessly arrived once again. Okay. Yeah, I think that is where that's gonna end. Want a game with me on something then? Sure, what do you have in mind? Okay. But, yeah, because next up is the class trial, and that's just too much to do, right now, like tonight. My stream on Monday, though, I'm planning on doing the trial. I'm already 24 hours into this game, and I'm only on the second class trial. No idea, lol. What do you have? That's a good question. What do I have? I don't have a whole lot installed on this computer. I think it would be more like just easier to ask what you have. What kind of games were you thinking? Because I have Jackbox, all the Jackboxes, Danganronpa, Warframe, and like Minecraft on my computer. I'm still working on downloading other games. I just haven't quite gotten around to getting all of them downloaded on my new setup. But yeah, so while we're thinking this, just going back through the evidence that we found today, we have, so Ryoma was found drowned in the tank. His body was eaten by piranhas. There was no time of death. He had been handcuffed. There was a square glass pane in the tank, which led to my idea of Ryoma's body was up in the tank with the piranhas, with a glass divider between the piranhas and his body. There was no lid on the piranha tank. The window above the piranha tank is open. There are scratches on both window panes, the window pane in the gym, as well as the window pane in Ryoma's prison lab, which made me believe that he was transported from his prison lab directly to the gym. And there was a girl in a swimsuit seen around nighttime, around 10 p.m. that night. The tennis net is lowered with a 50-foot cable. I don't know what that has to do with anything. A pair of handcuffs is missing from the prisoner's lab. There was an inner tube with a with a rope in the pool, making me think that it was used almost like a tire swing to get Ryoma's body from the prisoner's lab into the gym. There was nobody in the pool at night, or else the alarm would have gone off. And there were no motive videos. So I still think it's Kaito. There's no definite, evidence that it's Kaito so far. That won't come out until the class trial itself. But I don't know. I guess we're gonna just have to see. I don't have any of those, but I'll message you. I'll try and see if I can get, Apex or Among Us or something. So I'll message you, Christopher. Because I would be down to play a couple games, you know? But I am going to end the stream before I forget to do that, because I have forgotten to do that before. So I'll message you in just a moment. Have a good night, y'all.